Welcome back to Marquee Backstage. I'm your host, Julie Milam. This week's musical guest pushes the boundaries of artistic expression through their live performances. From their theatrical production to their electric personas, there are definitely no rules allowed. You guys better get ready. This is Voltagehawk.
We were extreme. Once we were alive. Once we were lost, just lost inside with our minds on.
So Voltagehawk started as kind of a jam thing in my basement. When I moved to Nashville, I got sucked into a band, as you do. And I was making friends with a lot of different musicians, and what I was finding is that we were all like not loving what we were doing. We were all working and we were playing and we were doing great things, but everybody kind of had this itch to do something else. And you'd like go to practice and you'd be like, I had this great idea and they told me no, or I'm in this genre and I can't do anything outside of that vibe. And so I started this kind of open jam where I would invite dudes over and it would just be like, there's no rules. Anything goes. We're not going to say no to any idea or influence or anything. We're just going to let it rip. And that just started getting like more and more fun than the other things. And so I just started picking dudes off from other projects. And then Dan came over and we met at a show and I was like, let's just jam. And we did these like 28-minute just like jazz odysseys
Hours
of crazy
and hours.
stuff.
In the basement.
And then we were just like, oh, these are starting to feel like songs. And then as you do, you're just kind of like, well, I guess we're a band now. And then we kind of went through a bunch of different lineups and we found Chase. Actually came to the band as a fill-in bass player for a bass player we had, which was crazy. And Chase shows up and he just shreds bass, kills the set. We're like, this is incredible.
He's like, oh, I also play guitar.
I was like, I don't even do this.
He's like, I'm not even a bass player, like at all. And I was like, oh my God. So then he came along and yeah, it started as this kind of just open freeform jam thing where we were able to explore different genres and vibes and things and really just kind of not say no to anything. That's the like key ethos to the thing. And so that kind of shows in our music now.
Piloting ships. Now that the battle's lost and won, we've lost with. We were never meant to fly this close to the sun. For the record, I can never fail.
You said you played music in church? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh yeah, we all.
Everybody
except for
did?
Chase.
Except for
I'm
Chase.
the only one that, I didn't grow up with any kind of church or barely stepped in one in my life ever, but, you know.
So it was a big shock to the system
yeah,
for all of us.
I learn a lot from them, though.
Right.
It's been interesting.
So how did that influence how you're playing today? Or did you go completely the opposite direction?
I think that it informs stuff for me. I'm personally not religious, but it informs stuff for me lyrically, because no matter where I go with my perspectives on the Bible and things, it's still beautifully written, and there's still a lot of rad information in there and interesting ways to say things. So I think from that standpoint, there's still some pieces that are informed. Some of the songs definitely approach discussing some of the growing up in very sort of cult-esque, tyrannical religious environments, personally. And so it's just having an open dialogue about being able to talk about those kind of things and whatnot. But for me, I think being in choirs and then also being like on worship teams and all these different types of things when I was a young person, like, made me want to be in front of people anyway. But I was also my dad being the minister, I was in the parsonage garage playing punk rock. Then we got kicked out by the deacons and everybody. They're like, "You're doing your devil music, get on out. You can't do that in the." I was like, "It's a garage, man. We're not even in your church." So there's a lot of history of that sort of back and forth and grinding against the different things. But I will say that it gave me like a lot of good perspective as a young person on like how harmonies work, how to play music with other people, you know, and things like that. And hymns are timeless anyway, no matter what you believe. But probably because most of them are bar tunes that were later on converted to hymns. But yeah.
Oh, I loved growing up. It was church like 3 times a week, but all my dad's friends were in the band, so I idolized them, wanted to be around them, loved to sing in church. So of course, religion and politics aside, it's where I still love helping Jared load out drums because it reminds me of like packing out drums after church. I did it every Sunday. I loved it.
Chase and I love that too.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
You help them all you want.
Yeah.
So how did you two fall in love with music? Like, what was your first introduction to either being touched by it when you heard it or playing it for the first time?
Go ahead.
For me, it was, I have an older brother who's about 10 and a half, 11 years older than me. And when I was 5, he was an incredible piano player. And he did, it's not like he did it for any reason. He just like had lessons since he was a kid and just kind of kept up with it. But he was incredible. And so we had a piano in the house. And so when I was 5, I used to or this is a story I was told, but when I was 5, I used to go up to the piano and then I'd try to make my own little melodies and mess around, whatever. And my mom basically noticed oh, he has an interest for this, but they still didn't know what to do about that. I'm 5, what necessarily do you do? I can't pay attention to anything, So I was around 11 and I saw a cello in a pawn shop. And I was like, that's cool. I don't know why it attracted me. And my mom was like, okay, well, this is a $100 cello. They're not 50,000 or whatever that I've seen before. So she got me a cello. And then I had this teacher, his name was Konstantin. He was this old, intense Russian guy. I'm left-handed, but I never learned how to play guitar or anything left-handed because I didn't know there was electric. Because when I got the cello, I started playing this way, and he was just like, so that's wrong. Turn it around now and play it normally. And I'm like, okay. And then it was I saw that, and then I saw the music video to Too Young to Fall in Love from Motley Crue. And they were fighting ninjas. They were running on getting on motorcycles, doing all this stuff, and I was like, this is what I want. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that was a thing, music videos and this all, and so I was like, what's most like a cello? Bass.
Yeah.
And so I got into that, and then I just got obsessed, and then I got obsessed with jazz, and then I was like, I want to be a guitar player. It's more harmonically rich, whatever hipster moments, but either way, I've been obsessed with it since I was little.
Yeah.
I can't tell you an exact moment, but that was hopefully sort of.
Yeah,
something.
it's your intro to music. I mean, we all have one.
Yeah.
Where there's a moment where you're like, oh, wait a minute. Now I'm not just going to hear that in the car or hear that in a church service. Now I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Tell you lots about a woman scene, to tell you lots about a human scene, to tell you lies. Tell you lots about democracy, to tell you lots that you were ever free. Brother, we can take a Saturday. Keep on moving on, get out of the way. Love, truth, equality, forever, forever, forever. Say that everyone should be the same, and if you're different, you should feel the same. To tell you lies. Say we separate the church and state, no politicians in the pearly gates. To tell you lies. Brother, we can take a stand today. Keep on moving on, get out of my way. Love, truth, equality, forever, forever, forever. 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 Father, we can take a stand today. Keep on moving or get out of the way. Love, truth, equality, forever, forever, forever. Love, truth, equality, forever, forever, whatever. Love, truth, equality, forever, forever, forever. Love, truth, equality, forever, forever.
The end all be all for me is Def Leppard Hysteria, and then seeing the music videos for that band, and I was just like, neon and pink and the lights and the thing and everything, and it's like music was like so big and vibrant and visual, and I was just like soaking it up, and I was just like, yes, whatever this is. And so I would bang around on stuff, but I did not have an actual drum set until I was 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Because my mom was like, no way, I'm not getting you a drum set, that's loud and obnoxious. So you know, sympathy and empathy to all the drummers that are just like, can't do it.
Right.
But my sister, shout out, we had a band, and we were a Def Leppard tribute band.
Yes.
And we did Pour Some Sugar on Me.
We played Money.
And we would like, did all the choreography and the parts and stuff, and then we'd be like, showtime at 8 p.m., come upstairs, mom and dad, we're gonna rock. And then we were full costumes and ready to go full tilt. So I've always had a passion for production level. So as you will see
Absolutely.
in these performances.
Full display today. I love it. But you guys haven't changed since you were kids. Like, you're just making the production and the performances bigger. Obviously, the audiences are bigger. But what about the teenagers and the young boys and girls out there who are now connecting to your music, who are now putting on their own productions and singing to your music? What does that feel like to you, that you're coming full circle and you're inspiring younger musicians?
I think it's super exciting. I think that we were just discussing, Chase and I were just, we get our little moments of affirmation and whatnot, and
Positive
sit there and just tell each other how wonderful each other are, or whatever. Which is healthy, man. Look, I will admit, as I know we're wearing flower shirts today, so we seem real kind and gentle.
Tough.
But it's not, it's not a common thing. I think amid a lot of bands, I think that there's so much worry and ego and things that go into all this stuff that people stop remembering that we're all just individuals who need care and love and to listen to each other and whatever. And it's like it helps the health of the situation when you kind of all know where you're at. But like with for me, I have a 13-year-old kiddo who is a fan of the band and maybe starting their own band pretty soon.
That's right.
Named Max.
Excellent.
And guitar player, keys player, just did rock camp.
Excellent.
But just seeing them like play Voltagehawk songs so simplistically for them too, like stuff that took me a long time, and it's just like, no big deal, Dad, whatever. That kind of stuff is like, life doesn't get better than that. It doesn't matter all the money in the world, biggest shows in the world, coolest videos, best records. If you hear your kid playing through the wall and learning how to play something because they grew up around it and they know that it's like a safe, awesome environment to express yourself, that's money, man. That's everything.
Sex for money, sex for love, and sex to pass the time. Sex for money, sex for love, sex to pass the time. For money, sex for love, and sex to pass the time. Sex for money, sex for love, sex to pass the time. nails from the fire and the tide, pulling nails from a cross in my mind. Sex for money, sex for love, sex to pass the time. Sex for money, sex for love, sex to pass the time.